Self-righteous asshole. You need to turn this bitch off right now. You feel me? You still rocking with me? Let's get it. Yo. I'm from a city where they slang more rock than David. And by the time you're 15, you seen an affidavit. By the time I was 19, I was feeling jaded. Cause if you're literacy 25, nigga, you made it. Cause most of us don't make it out past the womb. Sisters go and turn they pussy into a tomb. Cause they think there's some career opportunities coming soon. Houses boarded up, city looking like rooms. We got baby mamas, no need for brides and grooms. Young sisters steady filming twerk videos in their rooms. Young brothers growing up and wanna be like the goons. The type of cats that's quick to draw shit but not cartoons. So if you slick with your jaw, all you hear is a boom. No matter where you at, stay on your P's and Q's. Cause if they catch you slipping, then you gon' be making the news. I seen them changes, it's been like this for too many moons. That's what happens when your only leadership is some coons. White supremacy and they political views. So when they murder one of ours, they telling you to say truth. So I spit it for my people, dropping gems and jewels. All my black Hispanic Asians, my Jamaican maroons. Israel of antiquity, the original Jew. The type of things you never learned while you was sitting in pews. So when I rain down this truth, it's hitting like a monsoon. They wanna judge your brother, but they never walked in his shoes. They say I was a rebel, always breaking the rules. Charge me for my past, but now I'm paying my dues. I changed my life, and now I'm fresh out the cocoon. They wanna pimp a butterfly for a piece of the devil's pie. I'm never selling out, no, I rest for the most high. So my body's in the dirt, my soul's up in the sky. So when I die, celebrate, cause there's no reason to cry. Yo, check it. Let me tell you something, man. Album coming soon. Galadan, Katazai, Lost Tribes in Promised Land. You already know. On the plate. Check it out. That's how we be in this everlasting game. Out here, nothing is sacred. America is racist. We're living in a snake pit, praying to the most high. How we gon' make it? Cause these crackers wanna come and try to strip us naked. It's flagrant. They'd rather see us back on a slave ship. If they could, our very existence, they would erase it. I ain't gotta look in your eyes to see the hatred. I ain't gon' give you my life, you gotta take it. Obama couldn't change shit. Politicians shave shift. Came on a slave ship, we're leaving on a spaceship. Our minds tainted in this matrix. From Caucasians, they all Satan. I'm that blatant. The dark ages, erases, disguised faces that they painted. Bloodline of King David, the seed of Jacob. We were taken to a land where our God's less important than bacon. And the devil wears suits, ties, and briefcases. Illuminati Freemasons, they wanna erase us. Work, they got me drinking straight up liquor, no chaser. Life got me wanna rip the curls off a K-Star. Straight off the Russian steps of God and Magog. You don't know what the fuck I'm saying, cause you listen to bass God. Oh, there we go, playing the race card. This ain't a backup lecture, my nigga, man, fuck Akon. They only look at us as welfare cases. Every child of the ghetto's destined for greatness. Precise every time that I pen these pages. Cause these here phrases been divine statements. Verbal assailants, dropping truth to a cadence. But they rather see us chain shackle, rock a metal bracelet. Take our shoelaces, put us behind cages. Word up, peace, incarcerated scar faces. Life is strife out here, nothing is sacred. America is racist, we're living in a snake pit. Praying to the most high, how we gon' make it? Cause these crackers wanna come and try to strip us naked. It's flagrant, they'd rather see us back on a slave ship. If they could, our very existence, they would erase it. I ain't gotta look in your eyes to see the hatred. I ain't gon' give you my life, you gotta take it.
You gotta take it if you want mine. Cause I be on the front line. Times that feel like dark in the sunshine. Think about my brothers behind bars in the lunch line. Pressed for commissary, they lost their battle at one time. Niggas that should be soldiers and should be in the cavalry. Instead smoking dust and dying in drug rivalries. Lost a couple dudes that should be fighting on side of me. But I don't shed tattoo tears or pour liquor. I rage against the machine made to destroy niggas. Sprite and cough syrup, not feeling the void in us. Cause when you sober, life don't feel like there's joy in it. That's by design. We strange fruit up on the vine. Like really, you wanna shine? Check that loser state of mind. You living up in slavery, thinking you doing fine. Tell your son make the news, he in that straight vine. Now you wanna protest marching because you know stress. Pleading for revenge of your child, but they ain't know this. We been gone wild. 911 been a joke in your town. They know our lives matter when this place is torn down. And Christ putting crowns on our heads is yours now. What you gonna do with it? You never heard truer shit. If you don't feel this verse, go to church and suck on a crucifix. The whole illusion is that this place is home of the free. 2 million black men stuck in the pen fail to agree. They try to keep us caged because they know if they let us be, our eyes will be wide open to things they don't let us see. This is the place of your captivity, still in slavery mentally. Through the pain and the misery, turning shame into victory. Victimized through the centuries, overcame all our injuries. Overtaking our enemies, lose the house niggas' tendencies. Get your own fuck dependency.
Life is strife out here, nothing is sacred. America is racist, we're living in a snake pit. Praying to the most high, how we gon' make it? Cause these crackers wanna come and try to strip us naked. It's flagrant, they rather see us back on a slave ship. If they could our very existence, they would erase it. I ain't gotta look in your eyes to see the hatred. I ain't gon' give you my life, you gotta take it.
100 miles and running, that's in the head of me. Cause I'm way behind and these crackers is way ahead of me. But as I stop and think, get to utilize my specialty. Make my own path, different path in our pedigree. Study these records is vital, they call the Bible. Turn the truth while I was blind doing crush the shit out them. I open my eyes into the fake shit. Recognize the stick that I'm living in, like put the pen and I go ape shit. Ready to break shit, but it's a difference now. I think it probably make more sense if I tried to make shit. That's why I take these burgers I'm every day with. Took the shackles off of my mental, was in this slave shit. Without your Howard, that's your Allah wouldn't make it. It's not about a dollar or that power that you can't get. So fuck them crackers that you think you in the race with. The Lord to take shit and the great shit, then the stick split.
Life is strife out here, nothing is sacred. America is racist, we're living in a snake pit. Praying to the most high, how we gon' make it? Cause these crackers wanna come and try to strip us naked. It's flagrant, they rather see us back on a slave ship. If they could our very existence, they would erase it. I ain't gotta look in your eyes to see the hatred. I ain't gon' give you my life, you gotta take it.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane! Everybody strap in! I'm about to open some fucking windows.
Alright, Shalom Israel. As you blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, man. I'm a priest and officer of 500 Karyash, coming to you from the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under the command of Commanding General Yohana, you understand? We're here to bring the truth to all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, that you are the true Israelites of antiquity, the Israelites according to the Bible, man, according to history, according to archaeology. North American Indians, the Hispanics, the Cubans, the Dominicans, the Colombians, the Mexicans, the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the Kodak tribe, all North American Indians and Hispanics through their father's line, which have the inheritance of Indian or Negro descent, are Israelites according to the Bible. Not only that, what we are commanded to do, being Israelites, is to not accept America's holidays. To not only not accept them, but to celebrate them, man. And if you celebrate 4th of July as a North American Indian, as a Hispanic, as a black man, woman, or child, you are a disgrace to your ancestors, man. To those that came before you. You are a coward, and you are a sellout. I'm going to explain to you why. Because the North American Indians, the Hispanics, where were you on the 4th of July? 1776, when they declared their independence from England and Britain and all that nonsense. The so-called European was in a war amongst themselves, man, a nation divided. And where was us? Where were our people at? We were getting lynched on trees, man. We were dying by the hundreds and thousands, by the millions. By the colonization of this land, over 80 million North American Indians were dead, man. Damn near over 100 million of the so-called Hispanic tribes, and then another 100 million of the so-called Negroes over here, just on the ride over here, to be put into slavery. And you want to talk about the 4th of July and celebrate it like a goddamn idiot, man. Talking about fireworks and all this nonsense when y'all don't even know what everything represents. Everything in this world has a spiritual meaning behind it. And there's a reason you're going to see a lot of North American Indians, a lot of Hispanics, a lot of black people posting 4th of July, talking about some, oh, happy 4th. Talking about, oh, love America, God bless America. Because they're proud slaves. And if they show you that they're proud slaves, then you'll say, you know what, man? Forget about those 80 million North American Indians that were slaughtered. Forget about Sitting Bull. Forget about Geronimo. Forget about the 100 million Hispanics that were raped and slaughtered for the colonization of this land. Forget about our Negro brothers that was thrown into slavery and murdered right alongside us, man. That's what America wants you to do. America wants to forget. You want to know why? Because they already done the job. They done their job already of making you forget your heritage. What's your heritage? The Israelite heritage, man. The descendant of King David. That's the Israelites. His brother. The so-called the Gadites, the Ishkarites, the Ephraimites, the Puerto Ricans. All those, you are the brothers, man, of King David. You're the brothers of Christ himself. But how come you don't know that? Because the so-called European, the oppressor, the colonizer, whatever you want to call him, he has stolen and ripped away our heritage from us, man. And we don't even realize it now in today's time. Wanna know why, man? Because we so simple and we care about celebrating America's holidays instead of getting justice for our own. Let's see how many niggas are going to pop off fireworks and wave flags in the air and shoot sparklers like idiots when they were just protesting about George Floyd. When they were just protesting about that young Latino brother out there in LA. He's 18 years old, man, was running away, no gun in his hand, and the cops shot him in the goddamn back. Let's see how long, when July 4th comes around, there ain't gonna be no more protests. I'm telling you right now. Wanna know why? Because no matter how much you protest, no matter how much you say hands up, don't shoot, you don't celebrate the 4th of July. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You don't celebrate Christmas. Oh yeah, Christmas too. Some of y'all out there like, man, I don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. I don't know what this nigga talking about. But then you go ahead and you celebrate Christmas. You don't realize they one and the same, man. December 25th, 1776, that the soldiers was raping Native American women. They were slaughtering the men. Y'all don't realize that, man. You wanna know why? Because you proud slaves here in America. In the ISUPK, we ain't proud slaves. We free men up in here, man. Wanna know why? Because we free from America's ideologies. We're free from its government. We're free from everything, all the brainwashing that they installed in us since children. Since our grandfather's children, since our great-grandfather's children, since their generation. We were able to wash it off us, man. You want to know how you become free? It's not by moving all your people to another continent. That's not how you're going to do it. Like Ben Amin and them, that's not how you're going to be able to beat this structure. Not how you're going to be able to beat white supremacy. By saying, oh, we're the Navajo Nation. We're independent. We don't need American society. When you're sitting on reserved land, that's not how you're going to beat them. We're not going to beat the so-called oppressor by getting 10,000 guns and charging the White House. Not how we're going to do it. We beat him by taking our hearts and minds away from his ideologies. From taking our children and keep them from loving theirs. And teach them to love themselves. Because once our children love their children, guess what? Our children will learn to hate themselves. How come my hair ain't like Susie's? How come it ain't all pretty and blonde? How come I don't got blue eyes and I got dark brown eyes? Why is that? That's what they do to us, man. Go Hosea 4:1. We're going to touch on it. If anyone got any questions, I'll see if I can get to them towards the end of the class. This is ISUPK Res, man. Check us out on, you're checking us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube as well. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all that, man. Let's get this video out there to all our brothers and sisters on the North American Indian reservations, man. To all our Hispanic brothers. You understand? Let's get this out. We're going to go Hosea 4:1. Let's get into it. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. The children of Israel, man. The so-called North American Indians, the Hispanics, black people. You can see time and time again, all through our history, the Hispanics, North American Indians, and black people, we have been together in this lifetime. They have records of the Hispanics and North American Indians speaking Hebrew. They found Hebrew artifacts here in America on North American Indian and Hispanic land. You understand? But yet they want to tell us lies like we can't. What's it called? The land bridge theory. That we came here from Asia and that we're Chinese and we're of Asiatic descent, man. No different than they tell black people that they're of African descent. You gotta take this brainwashing off you and realize that who you truly are, and that's the children of Israel, man. The lost 12 tribes. They always ask how the 12 tribes got lost. The 12 tribes got lost by us falling away from our God, man. The 12 tribes became lost by us being, our heritage being stolen from us, man. Let's continue. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. What does that mean, controversy? He had a problem. There's an issue about with the inhabitants of the land. The inhabitants is all the people of the earth, but it's a certain people he's talking about right here. Let's continue. Because there is no truth, nor mercy, no knowledge of God in the land. What land is he talking about? Here in America, man. Here in America, the Lord has found no truth and no mercy. No mercy. You want to know how you know there's no truth? Because the North American Indians, Hispanics, and black people, you are called savages. You're called savages. You're called super predators. Niggas, spick, and wetback. Instead of being called what you truly are, which is royalty, man. Which is the sons of the power, the daughters of the power, man. So what it means to be an Israelite. That all been taken away from you. There's no truth in the land. There's no mercy in the land. How you know there's no mercy in the land? Because George Floyd died in the middle of broad daylight with a cop on his goddamn neck. You want to know how you know there's no mercy in the land? Because Emmett Till was murdered, man. He was beaten to a goddamn pulp. To where his body was unrecognizable by his own mother. By his own mother, man. And his killers got away. To this day, the woman that falsely accused him and admitted she falsely accused him is sitting on the deathbed chilling. The North American Indians, Lord knows how many of our babies were lynched and raped and stolen from our reservation. There was a certain time in America, a North American Indian couldn't even step off a reservation without being lynched. That if they caught you outside the reservation at a certain time, and you was getting lynched. You were getting murdered. So many of our sons and daughters never came back to the reservation. Why? Because they were lynched and hung and murdered and mutilated, man, and we could never find their bodies. Same with the Hispanics. Same with black people. It's how they done us for generations, man. So the Lord said, man, there's no truth in the land. There's no mercy. What else? He said, knowing knowledge of God in the land. Knowledge of God, what? The commandments. The scriptures say this in Job 9:24. The world is given into the hand of the wicked, man. The earth, this world we live in today, is in control of the wicked. Is in control of the so-called oppressor, the European, the colonizer. He runs this world. Meaning what? That there is no knowledge of God. How you know? If there was knowledge of God, George Floyd wouldn't be put to death like that, man. If there was knowledge of God, they wouldn't even be ruling. The so-called Hispanics, Native American Indians, black people, you would be on the front seat, man. You would be ruling this earth for everything wrong they've done to you, and you put them on the judgment seat. They say, all right, let's see, who we got here? John B. Williams. All right, John B. Williams, man. For the crimes you have committed towards the North American Indians, you getting put to death. Serving 50 years slavery, 100 years slavery. But because they're in rulership, there is no knowledge of God. What does that include? That includes homosexuality running rampant, man. Drug abuse running rampant. Lovers of, the scripture say this, lovers of selves rather than lovers of God. That's what happening here in America. What they tell you? They tell the same thing on homosexual, and they tell drug addicts. Well, if it makes you happy, you know, yeah, he's smoking weed, but that one makes him happy. Leave him be. Same with homosexuality. Oh man, he's gay. Let him follow his heart. I should say what? The heart deceitful among all things, man. There is no knowledge of God in this place. Let's continue. Verse 2, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, the killing and stealing, man, that's talking about the lying, all of that. Swearing and lying, the lying talking about the so-called North American Indians and the Hispanics, your land being taken from you. It says the swearing. Swearing is what? An oath. How many treaties they made with the North American Indians and the Hispanics? Over 177 peace treaties were made with us. And each one of them were broken, man. Every single one of them would just tear the shreds. The day we're on this people's paper, hey, we're going to take no more native land. Y'all have a good one. Come back the next day, slaughtering. Been a change of plans. We're going to take all this. You can have that. Let's make a new treaty. By lying and stealing and killing. He's stolen this land from us. This God-given land, the Lord, the Creator gave us, the Lord, He gave us this land. And they stole it and slaughtered us like the devils they are for it. Let's continue. In committing adultery was that same-sex marriage, interracial marriage. Now, if you're a North American Indian, Hispanic, or a black man, you're with another native, or if you're a Native American, you're with a black man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If you're a Hispanic and you're dating a so-called, like let's say you're a Mexican, you're dating a Puerto Rican, ain't nothing wrong with that. You're a Puerto Rican dating Colombian, ain't nothing wrong with that. If you got a European husband or wife, there's a problem with that. You hate your own people so much, you rather get a dog from the street. That's adultery right here. That's not adultery. That's a sin amongst God. You understand? That you over here sleeping with devils. Adultery is sleeping with a child. Adultery is sleeping with another man. Adultery is sleeping with another man's wife. That's all across the land here in America today. Let's continue. And blood touches blood, man. What does that mean? The blood on the earth. There's so much blood here in America that the blood touches each other. That's what it's talking about. The same blood that was slain in 1492. Now that blood touches George Floyd's blood. That blood touches all the innocent brothers and sisters that have been getting killed by these mountaineers out there in Canada, man. Let's continue. Verse 3, therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone, let's drop down to which one? Verse 6. Verse 6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. This is why we're in the condition we are here in America. The North American Indians, Hispanics, black people, we're destroyed because we have a lack of knowledge. Because we don't know we're not supposed to be celebrating the 4th of July, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, all this nonsense, Christmas. But yet when it's time to go celebrate, we first in line. We first in line at St. Patrick's Day talking about something. Well, I got like 2% Irish in me, so I'm out here. We want to join to them so bad. We make ourselves look like fools, and that's their holidays. Out there in Christmas, during Christmas time, just feeding their economy. Out there in Thanksgiving, carving that turkey like we ain't died for this goddamn turkey. You don't know what the turkey represents, the cranberry sauce. The turkey represents the head of the North American Indians. You chop it off, man, and play football with it during the winter. Go look it up. Ain't no joke. They what they were doing to us, man. They what they're still doing to us today. It said over 2 weeks ago or a week ago, about 5, all in the same week, 5 black and Hispanic men were lynched across America. I believe it was in the same region down there in the South. And they want to say, they were all suicides. That they all jumped up on a tree and just lynched themselves. You serious, man? Let's continue. I will also reject thee. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. Now you hear this word I'm speaking on to you today, man. You think it's a bunch of nonsense. You think it's a bunch of stupidity. You reject this knowledge, man, the Lord's going to reject you. That's the problem with us as a people. We have rejected knowledge. For too long, we have rejected the words of this Bible. Want to know why? Because right here, what I'm giving to you right now, since 1969, we've been giving this word to you. The true, authentic Bible. I'm not giving you the Christianity doctrine. That's not what I'm giving you. I'm not giving you the Roman Catholic doctrine, the Protestant doctrine. I'm giving you the 100 authentic truth according to the Bible. And what is that? That the North American Indians are Israelites, and the so-called oppressor, the white man, the colonizer, whatever you want to call them, the so-called Europeans, he is the goddamn devil according to the Bible, man. And let's get in. Let's keep touching on it. I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of God, I will also forget thy children. That's why our children die young, man. That's why out here in America, it's a miracle if a so-called North American Indian, Hispanic, or black man make it to 25 with all this bloodshed and murdering and disease in the streets. Because we have rejected God. We have forgotten his knowledge. And now we're here in America 500 years deep. Same condition that it was 500 years ago. The only difference is they removed the physical chains, but they still got the chains on your mind. Every time you salute that flag, that's a chain. That's a chain they still got on your mind. When football comes on, the playoffs, the World Series, all that, and you up there in your living room talking about some like an idiot, man. Not knowing that they slaughtered you just so they can sing that song. They're singing about your conquering. You understand? They're singing about your conquering. They're singing about their success of dominating you, of your colonization. And now you're here, 4th of July comes around, you're just like, woo, I'm proud to be an American. I don't know the rest of the song, but you know, that's how y'all look. Like idiots, man. Shooting off fireworks, talking about some, man, I don't even like the 4th of July. I don't even do all that, but I'm gonna pop these fireworks though. Like an idiot, man. You wanna know why? Because we're simple here in America. We're simple and we don't realize what we're doing is part of the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is in the Bible, man. It ain't no joke. Those called North American Indians, Hispanics, and black people. If you are the ones celebrating the 4th of July, Christmas, Halloween, all that nonsense, you got the mark of the beast on you. You got the mark of the beast and you're willing to live and die for this goddamn place. You don't even know it. Wanna know why? Because you out here celebrating its holidays, man. Lord ain't gonna play with that when he returns. When Christ comes back, heads are getting chopped. If you out here celebrating July 4th, Christ comes back, you don't know. Christ may come back on July 4th. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he will. But I'm saying you never know. Lord, the scripture say no one knows the hour or the day that he cometh. He might show up. Then what you gonna do? Hey, Jesus, man, you know, I know you told us not to do that, man, but you know, I just wanted to pop some fireworks, and you know, like, it wasn't really that serious. Like, my bad, you know. I probably shouldn't have done. Your head getting clean off, man. Christ came back on Christmas. Hey, man, you know, I thought it was your birthday. You know, I know you said not to celebrate birthdays, but you know, I thought it was your birthday. My bad. You know, or I don't even do Christmas like that, man. You know, I don't even believe in this. I'm not even a Christian. You know, I'm just you know, I'm just doing it for the kids, man, for the kids. Head getting clean off. That's what we don't realize. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, judgment is coming to America. America is going to pay for all the crimes and all the wrong things they've done to us in this place. But if we don't separate from America, if we don't leave America alone, leave its ideology, leave everything it's given to us alone, then we're going to suffer and die with America. America is prophesied in the Bible to be destroyed by nuclear destruction, man. That World War III is going to hit America, it's going to be bombed into the Stone Age. That there ain't going to be nothing left back alive. The trees, no buildings, no people. And this place is going to be damn near uninhabitable. And then if that ain't enough, they're going to send a nigga named Jesus Christ with some black and brown angels that come back and clear what's left off. Like, you know what, man, all right. Take him, take him, take him. That guy good, take him. Like, that's what's going to go down. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. Sounds like something out of a novel. Wanna know why? Because the Bible right here, man, is the greatest story ever told. It's the history and the conclusion of the end of the so-called oppressors' reign, man. It is the history of the Israelites, man. and you're gonna read this book, you're gonna see the same thing that was happening 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, still going on today. We still sacrificing our children to false idols. We still over here serving false gods. We still over here sleeping with other man's women. So disgusting, man. You out here sleeping with another man's woman like you like putting your rod where another man's rod been. Come on, all right. This is what we've been doing for over 500 years, and it's time for us to change. The North American Indians, Hispanics, black people, us as a people, we must not only unite, but realize what's our problem together. And realize why we keep sinning and why we keep breaking the laws of God. So we're going to drop that. What do I want to do? Let's get Baruch 4. Look at the Apocrypha. Baruch 4 versus the 1. If y'all haven't read the Apocrypha, this is the Apocrypha right here. You get on Amazon for about, what, $14? Highly recommend it, man. If you already read the Bible, you haven't read the full Bible. If you haven't read the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha right here, the 14 book. If you ever heard the old saying, well, you know, books were taken out the Bible. That's this book right here. These are the 14 books of the Apocrypha that were taken out by the Roman Catholic Church and by the Greeks and the Romans. You want to know why? Because it talks about the Greeks and the Romans in this book. It talks about, who it talks about? Alexander the Greek. I can't remember the other one, but it talks about the conquering of Jerusalem, man, in 70 AD. It talks about many prominent Greek figures. So that means what? If you can prove, if you can show historical figures in this accurate book, then what that means? That means the Bible is a history book. It's of actual events. So that's why they had to take these 14 books out. Not only that, it shows them as being the damn devil. It shows them as being Edom, Esau in the Bible, man. Showed the Greeks having a coalition to Esau and Edom. That's why they had to take these books out, man. Not only that, it talks about how the so-called Northern Kingdom, the so-called Gadites, the so-called North American Indian, if you could, I'm sorry, the so-called North American Indian, the Puerto Ricans, the Mexicans, Guatemalan, all those people, and how they came here to America. Y'all weren't brought here by no land bridge, man. Y'all ain't come here through, what else they say? The land bridge. We've always been here. That's not true. Truth here is in 2nd Esdras, where it's talking about the so-called North American Indians and the Hispanics, that they made a covenant to come to this land to truly serve the Lord. That there was a land never inhabited by people. And when it came here, when we came in, we made a deal amongst ourselves to serve the Lord here in America. Now here we are, we fell off and we sinned against our God, and now we've been brought here in slavery, and that's what we're going to touch on. We're going to get Baruch 4 and 1. If anyone also want to check out our book list, we got on our website at ishpk.com. Many different books that'll help you with learning about the history, about the North American Indians and the Hispanics. We have plenty of different historical evidence proving that the Hispanics and North American Indians are Israelites, man. If you out here claiming that you're not, you just need to read it. That's all I can tell you. You need to study. That's why the scriptures say what? Study to show thyself approved. You out here thinking you know something, you don't even study. It shows you don't know nothing. Look at Baruch 4 and 1. Right? Yeah, God. This is the book of the commandments of the power and the law that endureth forever, man. And the law that endureth forever. All that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Because we left the commandments of the Lord, we're dying here in America. We suffer and we die and we get murdered at the hands of these devils. Let's continue. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. What is this talking about? O Jacob. O Jacob is the Israelites. Before Jacob got his name Israel, his name was Jacob. So it's saying, O Jacob is talking about the Israelites, and take hold of it. Take hold of what? Take hold of the commandments. Take hold of the truth. That we're the Israelites. Let's continue. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. What's that talking about? That you may have the knowledge. That you may not walk around. You see people walking up and down these streets today. You don't even realize, man, they're the walking dead. Y'all ain't living for a purpose. You just living to live. Y'all don't have no goals, no nothing. Not even realize your one goal and your one duty should be to serve the Lord. That's why we were created for. That's in the scriptures. To serve the Lord, man. To love it. That's the first great commandment. Love the Lord with all thy heart, mind, and soul. Let's continue. Let's drop down to verse 6. Verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved but because ye moved God to wrath. You wonder why the North American Indians, the Hispanics, black people, why we're here in America, why we're here suffering and dying like it's going out of style? Because we moved God to wrath. We sinned against him. Time and time again, like a good father, Lord gave us chances. And after we took his chances for granted, he punished us. He sent us here in America. Now we're here in America, dying by the millions, dying by the thousands each year. Because we moved the wrath of God. The way for us to be back in our land, to be back in our power, is by returning to our power, man. If you don't know what God means Alahaya. Alahaya. That's where the Arabs get Allah from. Just meaning power. Meaning power. So God means power. If we have to return back to our power, we got to return to our God. We got to return to the one true God. Yahweh in the Hebrew. The Lord, man. Now lead us away from this place and lead this place in destruction. This place sins have reached to the roof, man. This place must be destroyed according to the Bible. There's no redemption for these people. After all the wickedness and murdering and suffering they've caused to us, ain't no redemption for them, man. They got hell to pay when Christ comes back. Let's continue. And ye were delivered unto the enemies. It's like you were delivered unto the enemies. Verse 7. For ye provoked him and made you. It's like, for ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils. How you sacrifice on the devils, man? By serving their holidays. By sacrificing. By doing 4th of July. Doing 4th of July out there barbecuing. You're sacrificing onto the devils. What devils? Those who, for the founding fathers of America. You're doing it in their homage. Paying them tribute. On an open fire. Talking about some God bless America. God loves America. While you're sitting on stolen land. Your stolen land. You think because you're on a reservation, you're better than other natives. Talking about some, oh man, you ain't from the res, you ain't a real native. You're on a reserved land. At any moment, the U.S. government come in here and swoop you off that land. You ain't got no military. They'll do it no problem. And even if you did have a military, you still just let them walk through you. Out there in Canada is a perfect example. The North American Indians right there trying to hold it down, trying to make sure that a pipeline don't get built. And Canada was like, all right, no sweat. You think we're not gonna get what we want? Came through and slaughtered and murdered a bunch of North American Indians just so they can build one goddamn pipeline, man. Because we moved the wrath of God. Because we want to continue sinning. Because we want to continue getting high. Because we want to eat pork. Because we want to be homosexuals. We suffer and we die in this land. Let's continue. Let's drop down. Now let's continue. And not to God. Verse 8. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up and have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. Talking about what? We've forgotten our heritage. We've forgotten the ways of the Lord. Now you think the ways of following God is by going to church on Sunday, clapping your hands, singing praise Jesus while you eating pork. Or after that Sunday sermon, you finna go get high. No, the Lord don't want that. The Lord wants change. The Lord wants a man to be a man again. The Lord wants Hispanics and North American Indians and black people, black men, women, and children to serve him. To come out of Islam. Come out of Christianity. Come out of all the idiotic religions that we've been a part of. Every major religion we've tried. every major religion, the North American Indian, black people, and Hispanics, we're part of. How you know? The number one growing religion here in America is Islam. And you wanna know who's in it? The Hispanics. They've left Christianity now and now are trying Islam. Feeling the Catholic Church has failed them, now they're here in Islam. What the hell does a so-called Hispanic got to do with Islam? That's like me, sir, being a Buddhist. The hell I gotta do being a Buddhist? I'm a North American Indian. But because we're so simple and we're so idiotic and we think God loves everybody, everybody's God is the same, they're all just one version of the same God. Now we're here in America serving 20 different gods. I know my uncle is famous for this, man. I go to his crib. He down there in the basement. He got a whole shrine of all the different gods. He got some for the Jewish religion, Buddha, Allah, what else? He got white Jesus. He got everything up in there, man. How come you don't see this? How come you don't realize all the hatred and all the insignificance that they put on you in this day? Because our oppressor is the devil, man. And all the wicked things that they shown onto you here in America, it's to brainwash you and to keep you asleep and to keep you slumber. You don't realize here in America, the reason we're dying and suffering, Lord Christ, Lord Christ, sir. The reason we're suffering and dying is because we move with the wrath of God, man. Because we ain't serve the Lord. We fall off from the ways of God, man. Let's read one more time. Verse 8. Ye have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that have nursed you. What grieved Jerusalem mean? Meaning we have forgot the ways, man. We're here in America 500 years deep, not even knowing who we are. The North American Indians are Hispanics. What does it mean to be a goddamn Hispanic, man? Do you come from Spain? To call yourself a Latino, that you speak the Latin language? A North American Indian meaning you're a North American savage? We don't even realize that. Or even call yourself a Native American. American meaning what? You belong to a so-called oppressor, man, a white man. America's named after white people, named after conquerors, colonizers. You don't even realize who you are here in America. Why? Because everything about you has been stolen. And you don't even realize that America is going to pay for all its destruction that's done towards you, man. And that's in the Bible. We're going to get it right now. We're going to get Zechariah 14:2. Lord Christ, sir. Shalom, my Lord Christ. We're going to get Zechariah 14:2. Like I said again, man, subscribe, like, share, comment, man. IGPK Reservations, man, we out here doing what they don't want us to do, which is building up the North American Indians from all North, South, and Central America, man. We not gonna stop till all of our brothers are raised up and we are out of this proposition we in, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, man. We are the real Israelites according to the Bible. We're gonna get Zechariah 14:2. You good, sir. The book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that fought against Jerusalem. What is it talking about, man? They're going to be the curse. They're going to be the destruction that the Lord is going to bring about the people that brought against Jerusalem. Who's Jerusalem? The North American Indians, the Hispanics, black people. All the people that fought against us, the so-called Europeans, all the Asians, the Arabs. They have all confederate against us. They have all came together to unite against us, to take away our heritage. For we don't know who we are here in America because of everything they've done to us, man. And because of that, the Lord's going to bring this plague on them. So you remember this when you try to celebrate 4th of July, Juneteenth, thinking you free in America, man, when they kill you every single day. Thinking you free in America when they still sitting on your stolen land. Thinking you're free in America when they kill your sons and daughters like it's going in our business. Donald Trump just showed you during the coronavirus, he don't give a damn about the North American Indian. He stole damn near what? I believe it was 130 acres of land from the North American Indians in the middle of the coronavirus. just wiped it away from them. They're thinking over here, they're getting a call saying, oh, you know, we're sending your relief. When he's saying, no, you got about 20 days to pack up your things and leave. Let's continue. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. What is talking about, man? Talking about nuclear destruction. What's going to bring nuclear destruction to the so-called European? Why? Because of everything he's done to us here in America. Here in America, nuclear destruction, nuclear bombs are going to hit America. Why? For all the crimes it's done to us. Their hands are filled with blood. Their hands are filled with the bloods of Geronimo, of Sitting Bull, Crazy Horse, of Zapata, man, of Nat Turner. Their bloods are filled with over hundreds of millions of innocent blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. So when Christ comes back, before Christ comes back, they're gonna be bloodshed and destruction on this earth. How? Brought to you by nuclear destruction, man. Should say right here, their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, meaning their eyes are in their sockets are gonna burn out. The flames are gonna be so hot. This is the hell it talks about in the Bible. This is the lake of fire, so you can understand. The burning sensation that they're going to get for all the crimes they've done to the North American Indians. The North American Indians, you got to realize here in America, if you're still celebrating 4th of July, you're a slave, man. You're a coward. Because this is what the Lord's going to bring for them to destroy you. After all their crimes, after all their destruction towards us, we shouldn't want to join hand in hand and celebrate their holidays. We shouldn't want to pop open the grill and think we're going to cook hot dogs and burgers and all that. We should want this place destroyed, man. And that's in the Bible. We should want revenge for all they've done towards us. Let's continue. Lord Christ, sir. And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. Talking about what? Their tongue. Their tongue is going to burn out their mouth for all they've done towards us, for all the wickedness, for all the crimes. Let's continue. That's it on that. Let's get Psalms 110, verse 5 through 6. What we don't realize, man, America is going to be destroyed. You over here holding on, thinking the American dream is real, and thinking America is going to last forever. I got some bad news for you. Every kingdom has fallen. Every single kingdom. Ain't one kingdom that has not fallen yet. I'll give you one. The American Empire. The American Empire is the only kingdom that has not fallen in what, about 500 years? I believe what, America's 500 years old since they stolen it from the North American Indians. Guess what? This kingdom's gonna fall. The Roman Empire fell. Babylonian fell. The Egyptian fell. America's gonna fall right alongside it, man. And that is justice. That's the Lord bringing to us, showing to us, man, we matter. Showing to us that Native lives give a damn. The Hispanic lives give a damn. Black lives give a damn. That's how you're gonna know that our lives matter. When Christ comes back on the scene, and this place gets annihilated with nuclear warfare. You know, Psalms 110 110 and verses 5 and 6. All right, let's get it. There's the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 5. And the Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. Who he's talking about? He's talking about the rulers of the earth. Even they won't be safe. Donald Trump, if Christ comes back tomorrow, Donald Trump ain't going to be safe. No matter what bunker they run into, Christ's going to pull them out like rats. He don't send the angels down there to pull them out. Just like they did Saddam Hussein out there in that bunker in the Middle East. That's how we're going to be pulling them out. That even in the day of wrath, they ain't going to escape the Lord. Even those at the very top, the Rothschilds, the Gettysburgs, who else? The Vagabonds, the Dupocs. They ain't going to get away, man. The Lord's got something coming for them. Who else? There was another one. Rothschild, Gettysburg. All of them. They going to pay and suffer for all of the wrong they've done toward you. Let's continue. Verse 6. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with their dead bodies. What's that talking about? When Christ comes back, he's going to judge all the heathen. I mean, what? He going to sit there and see the Chinese, Japanese, the Arabs, the Caucasians and say, you know what, man? You done this. Off of your head. You next. Off with your head. You next. Boom. And that's in Luke. I can get it for you right now. We're going to get it right after that. Let's listen to him. He shall wound the heads over many countries. Wound the heads over many countries. What that talking about? Christ, when he comes back, he gonna make sure some countries can never rise back in power. He gonna wound the heads of many countries. I mean, their empires, their rise, their structure. They're gonna be some countries that ain't gonna ever come back. Even some countries you think right now that are superpowers. Christ gonna wound them. Christ gonna wound the heads over all their nations for all they've done to us. Let's drop that. Let's get the. I don't want next. Oh, I'm on Luke. That's what I want. I'm on Luke. We're at Luke 19:27. I'm gonna get that one real quick. That's one of my favorite scriptures I already read. Y'all think if you think Christ is a little softy, man, a little emotional, you know how they paint him in the Christian church with a little lamb and Jesus, he's so nice, he's so sweet. That ain't the Jesus of the Bible. I'm gonna show you who the real Christ is. I'm gonna show you who you really think you serving in the Christian church is a goddamn lie. I'm gonna show you the real Christ. Come with me, because you're gonna want to read this one. Go Luke 19:27. It says, "But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them." Who's that talking about? Talking about the Asians, the Russians, the Europeans. Who else? The Africans, the Arabs. They're not gonna want Christ to reign over them. Why? You see them nowadays. They form orders and societies to fight against Christ. That's why you see what the what's it called? Donald Trump Space Force. They formed that. Why? Because they know Christ is coming back. They got nuclear missiles all in outer space, lasers, all the worst kinds of missile weapons. They got that all throughout the atmosphere. Why? To fight Christ when he returns. That's why Donald Trump created the Space Force, to fight against Christ. Let's go. 1-1. That I should not reign. That I should reign. It's like, well, not that I should reign over them. Now, there's what Christ saying. Bring hither and slay them before me. Then what's going to happen in that day? When Christ comes back, anyone that don't want Christ to rule over him, Christ going to be like, all right. See that Chinese man right there? You're going to be talking to an angel. You're going to be like, hey, see that Chinese man right there? You bring him right here. You bring him before my seat. And he said, what? And slay them. Meaning what, man? Chop their head off. Kill them right there. Christ wants to see the soul come out your body as you're getting murdered right there in front of him. For all the wrongs they've done towards us, that's what Christ wants. Christ ain't no softy, man. Christ ain't no Christian. I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but Christ ain't no Christian. Christ ain't no soft, effeminate. Oh, let's all hold hands and come together. Let us pray. Christ is not coming back for that. Christ is not coming back. So let's sing Kumbaya. We're all brothers now. Forgive George Floyd's murder. We're all gonna live in harmony together. The slaves and the slave masters. No. Christ is coming back to say the slaves are gonna be put up top. The slave masters are being dealt away with. They gonna serve slavery. Find that in Revelations 13:9. Right? Let's continue. Actually, that's it on that. Let's go. Let's go. We got Joel 3:19, and then we're gonna read Revelations. Joel 3:19. Come with me, man. I'll give y'all some good precepts right here. I love this precept. This is one of the greatest ones I love concerning nuclear warfare in the Bible.
Y'all think that one where I said can soon wear their eyes or something. Wait till you see this one. I love this scripture right here. What is that? 989, I believe it is. Joel 3:19. There we go. Here we go. Let's get it. 3:19. There's the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 19. Verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation. Meaning what? Egypt gonna be destroyed. That's here right now. Those Africans out there talking about some, oh man, you know, let's 25 cents a day can save. They're desolate. Their time has came. But guess what? Christ got something coming for America. Let's see. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Meaning what? America. This is Edom's threshold. This is the land they took over. The so-called oppressed, the true red-blooded Americans, the European, the Caucasian, whatever you want to call them. They're Edom. Their place that they inhabit, this place in North America that they stolen from North American Indians, is going to be a desolate wilderness. Meaning what? It's going to be destroyed, man. Bombs are going to hit this place. There's nothing going to be able to ever stand here again. Let's continue. For the violence against the children of Judah, guess who the children of Judah is? So-called Negroes. So for the violence they've done against the children of Judah, meaning the Emmett Tills, the George Floyds, the Trayvon Martins, they're going to be bombed off the face of the earth. Because they have shed the blood. It's like, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. They have shed innocent blood in their land. So many North American Indians and Hispanics tried helping this place. So many black people, blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians, you built America. Yet they slaughtered you. That's how you know it's talking about you. They have shed the innocent blood in their land. Meaning in this land, they shed the blood of the children of Judah. The children of Israel, who the Hispanics, the Native Americans, they shed our blood. They slaughtered us. Our blood, if you could take all the dirt and the gravel and all of, all you find is bones and dried blood everywhere for all the slaughtering and colonization they've done to us, man. Let's continue. But Judah shall dwell forever, and Jerusalem from generation to generation. What that talking about? Judah and Jerusalem being the Israelites, being the kingdoms come back together. The northern kingdom, southern kingdom, being Ephraim, Gad, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all of them, us uniting once together again and dwelling forever. Verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord dwelleth in Zion. Talking about what? The Lord dwelleth with Israel. The Lord dwelleth with the North American Indians, with the Hispanics, with the with black people. But for him to dwell with us, we gotta come out of our sins, man. We gotta stop doing all the wickedness and all the abominations that we're doing here in America. Let's continue. Drop that. Look good. That'll probably be my last scripture. Look at Revelations 13 and 4. 13 and 4. I'll see if we got any questions. See if I get to them before class is over with. If you got any questions, put them down below, man. 13 and 4. Alright, let's go. In the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. What is it talking about, the dragon? The dragon meaning Satan. Dragon here in America, Satan, which gave power unto the beast. How he gave power unto the beast? All these global economic systems you see all across America were given by Satan. The so-called oppressor, the European, he has his power today because Satan gave him that power, man. I know. You go read the book of Matthew, and I believe in Matthew the 10th chapter, and let me see if I remember. Satan brought Christ onto a mountaintop and said, all of these kingdoms, he showed him all the kingdoms of the world. He said, all these kingdoms I can give to you. You fall down and you worship me. You fall down and claim me as your God. Christ ain't do it. Get who did? The so-called oppressor. You want to know why everything he does is wicked and evil? Because he worships Satan.
You think doing all this is Satan worshiping the 5-star pentagram? Nah. Doing what the oppressor doing here in America, that's living for Satan. That's devil worshipers. All of them. That's how they got their power here in this land. Let's continue. So like, which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast. How you know we're talking about the so-called oppressor? Because he's a beast. You go look back in the book of Genesis. It's called him a beast. I'm sorry, they call him what do they call him? The most subtle beast of the field, man. That's what we're talking about him back in Genesis. Let's continue. Saying, who is like unto the beast? That's what we say here in America. Who's like the so-called oppressor? Who's like these Europeans, man? Ain't nobody else like them. Man, they want you to think they so classy and rich, man, when they cave dwellers. When they bottom feeders. They want to paint you as niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. They want to paint you as the ones on welfare, Section 8. They want to paint you as the poor and the gritty and the savages and the disgusting ones. When that's them. Let's continue. Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him. Saying what, man? All y'all niggas, you see us at camp. That's all we talk about. We say, man, when the Lord, like I was just saying to you, man, the Lord gonna come back. He gonna make sure that they're done away with. Christ gonna come back and he gonna destroy this place. Y'all set up there, man. Well, you say Christ gonna come back and destroy him? And destroy these colonizers? With all the weapons and superficial military he got all around him? You think he gonna beat America? Got the Space Force, man. Ain't nothing gonna beat America. That's what you sound like. That's what the scripture's saying. Who's like unto the beast? Who's able to make war with him? Let's continue. Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Meaning his mouth spoke great things and blasphemies. What are those great things and blasphemies? Saying that the Lord's people, the chosen children, the Israelites, the North American Indians, Hispanics, black people, that were niggas, that were spicks and were wetbacks, and that were savages, were coons and shadows. That's what they called us here in this land. They called us that. Guess what? That was a blasphemy. It was another blasphemy, saying the Lord in heaven is a white man, saying that Christ was a white man, that the angels are white babies, sitting around floating in the sky all naked, like a damn pedophile's holiday dream, man. Like a goddamn dream of hell. It's a nightmare. That ain't what heaven is. That's not what Christ is. But he spoke great things and blasphemies. Let's continue. And power was given unto him to continue 42 months. Verse 6. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God. To blaspheme his name. How he blasphemed the Lord's name? He blasphemed the Lord's name every time you see white Jesus in the house. Every time you go to your grandma's house and you see white Jesus on the wall, that's how he blasphemes the Lord's name. How he blasphemed the Lord's name? By when he did the Renaissance era. Before the Renaissance era, there was a time called the Dark Ages, where black people ruled Europe. And they painted elegant pictures of black kings, of Christ, of King David, of the Israelites, of the apostles, all of them black and brown men. But when then, they even had ancient paintings of Egypt where it shows black and Hispanics coming out of Egypt. But then when the Renaissance came, what did the Renaissance mean? The rebirth period. When the rebirth came, so-called, meaning the white rebirth, meaning everything was painted white. Everything was made white. Everything was reborn white, including the pictures of the Lord, meaning including the pictures of the Lord, the depictions of Christ, and the depictions of the angels. They were all repurposed and remade, man. Why? To make them look like homosexuals, to make them look weak, to make them look effeminate, man. They don't want you to be in your power. Why? Because if you think, a little white devil in there, like, looking all soft is your God, then guess what? You'll never want to be hard. You never want to be hardcore. You'll never want to fight for your people. Why? Because the white man's your God. That's Jesus right there, man. How are we gonna be bad to these Europeans when Jesus is white? He's simple, man. Let's continue. who is able to make, oh, it's like, I was at verse 6. And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against God, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. How do you blaspheme his tabernacle? But speaking wrong against the children of Israel. Donald Trump get on TV talking about the Mexicans and how there's drug dealers and super predators and rapists and the worst thing to walk the face of the earth. When in reality, that's him. Donald Trump is a rapist. Donald Trump is a drug dealer. Donald Trump is a damn white supremacist. But he wants to speak bad about the Mexican people. He blasphemed the tabernacle, meaning what? The tabernacle is the Israelites, the promise of God. And he'll bring us out of this captivity. Let's continue. And all them that dwell in heaven. Talking about what? The angels, like I was just speaking about. The angels, the Lord, how he repainted the Renaissance. Right? You come to our school, we still got those old paintings, the ones that they couldn't destroy fast enough. We got them all across our school. We got the paintings of King David, the depictions of Christ, the depictions of King James, showing that these were black men. Let's continue. Verse 8, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, and all nations of the world worship the so-called oppressor. How you know they worship him? So-called Japanese, the Chinese, they used to wear robes, kimonos, and now here in America, they wear suits and ties. The East Indians, they wear the little, what's that, little turbans. No, they go into them business meetings and they have suits. They have full-on suits. They wear that still little turban, but they still wearing their suits. They're not wearing their that whole hajide, outfit. They wearing their suits, man. I don't know why, because they worship this though. They're in their kingdom. They live by his laws. Which is what? Proper business etiquette is to do it in a suit. Let's continue. Verse 10. It's like verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Meaning what? Our president led us into captivity. Guess what? Scripture just said he gonna go into captivity. For all the wrong and wickedness he done in this place, he's going into captivity. For all the murder and the slaughtering and all the other crimes he's done to us, he's gonna pay for, man. He's gonna pay. Let's continue. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He led us into slavery. Guess what? The Lord's gonna put him back into slavery. He brought us on slave ships. He going into slave ships. He brought the North American Indians to bring them gold at every left hand and foot. Guess what? They gonna bring us gold. Should say this about Israel, that our gates will never close, because there's gonna be so much treasure and wealth coming in and out of this place, man. Coming in and out of our city. You wanna know why? Because they gonna serve us. Let's continue. And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Meaning what? Christopher Columbus slaughtered us with the sword. Thomas Jefferson slaughtered us with the sword. All of these damn Europeans slaughtered us with the sword. That's how they got this land. Well, guess what? Christ said, y'all killed my people with the sword. We read it in Luke 19:27. You're going to be killed with the sword. All of y'all that don't want Christ to rule over you, Christ going to slay you with the sword. All of y'all that don't want the kingdom of the niggas, spics, and wetbacks, I got bad news for you. It's going to be taken by force. Listen to you. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Meaning what? That this patience, this faith that we have towards the Lord is this. That we're going to be redeemed. That's what we're patient for. That's since 1969. The UPK, we've been praying for this. Waiting for the day that Christ comes back and enslaves our enemies. Enslaves them and kills them for all they've done to us. All they've done to you. All they've done to Geronimo, Sitting Bull, Zapata, Nat Turner. For all they've done to the hundreds of millions of North American Indians that are underneath this concrete today in America. They gonna pay, man. And your redemption is soon. And then I'm gonna drop that. If there isn't any questions, we're gonna finish up the class. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, and comment, man. Let's get this video out there, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you're the true Israelites according to the Bible. ISUPK on the command, Jay Hunter, man. Make sure y'all check out ISUPK Chicago's new YouTube channel, Black Heritage. That's you find that. Go ahead on YouTube, ISUPK Windy City on Facebook. If you're a North American Indian, man, and you got any interest in our programs, please contact now. We got GED programs, prison programs, food programs. We got all these programs for the North American Indians and the Hispanics, man, for all our people, man. So if you're interested in that, please hit us up. Please give us a call. We're definitely here. We got counseling, marriage counseling. We got classes, online classes, all 7 days a week, man. All for our people. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. With that, shalom.